Cubs fans, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you will have you pacing around your living room, checking your phone every 5 minutes, and texting your baseball buddies at midnight. The north side is absolutely buzzing right now, and I mean buzzing like Wrigley Field in October. We're talking about moves that could completely reshape this Cubs squad before your eyes, and honestly, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about the possibilities. Picture this, a former MVP slugger who's been absolutely raking this season, potentially heading to Chicago. Then imagine adding a flame-throwing closer who can hit triple digits and make opposing batters look like they're swinging pool noodles. And if that wasn't enough to get your heart racing, how about a two-time All-Star starter who could anchor this rotation for a championship run? Yeah, Cubs faithful. We're talking about 3 potential game changers that could land in Cubby Blue, and each one has the power to turn this already promising season into something absolutely magical. The front office isn't just window shopping. They're ready to make moves that'll have the entire baseball world talking about Chicago again. But here's the thing that's got me losing sleep. The dominoes are falling fast. While we're sitting pretty with that 4.5-game lead in the Central, other teams are circling like vultures around these same players. Every day we wait is another day someone else could swoop in and steal our dreams. Smash that like button if you're as pumped as I am, drop a comment with your boldest prediction, and make sure you're subscribed because the next few weeks are going to be absolutely insane for Cubs news. The first piece of this puzzle involves a veteran slugger who's been making Yankees fans nervous about roster decisions, and Cubs fans, this could be the answer to our prayers at first base. Hold on to your Cubs caps because Paul Goldschmidt, yes, the Paul Goldschmidt, former NL MVP and 7-time All-Star, could be wearing Cubby Blue sooner than you think. This isn't some wild fan fantasy. This is legitimate baseball reality knocking on Theo Epstein's door, and the timing couldn't be more perfect. Here's the beautiful chaos unfolding in the Bronx. The Yankees are about to have a roster traffic jam that could be Chicago's golden ticket. With Giancarlo Stanton coming back and their hot prospect Ben Rice breathing down everyone's necks, someone's got to go. And guess who's looking like the odd man out? Our potential savior at first base. Goldschmidt has been absolutely unconscious this season, and I mean unconscious in the best possible way. This man is slashing .327 with 6 bombs and an .859 OPS through 220 at-bats. But here's where it gets juicy for us Cubs fans. Against lefties, he's hitting like he's playing T-ball in his backyard. 5-2 Ishais, 6-6-1-3, 900. Those aren't typos, people. Those are video game numbers. Meanwhile, what do we have at first? Michael Busch, hitting 148 against Southpaws. That's not a batting average. That's a cry for help. Justin Turner's been trying to fill gaps, but 207 overall isn't exactly setting Wrigleyville on fire. We need someone who can absolutely demolish left-handed pitching, and Goldschmidt is serving it up on a silver platter. The Yankees know they can't keep 3 first basemen happy, especially when one of them is a proven veteran on a 1-year deal with maximum trade value. They're thinking long-term with their young guys, which means they might be willing to let go of exactly what we need most. Think about it. We're in win-now mode, leading the Central by 4.5 games, locked in battle with Milwaukee and St. Louis. Every at-bat matters. Every clutch hit could be the difference between October baseball and watching from home. Goldschmidt has been there, done that, and won the whole damn MVP trophy doing it. But this is where the story gets even more interesting, because while we're dreaming about fixing our first base situation, there's another name being whispered in Cubs circles that could completely transform our bullpen. Just when you thought the Goldschmidt rumors had your heart rate maxed out, along comes Mason Miller, the flame-throwing closer, who might just be the missing piece to make this Cubs bullpen absolutely untouchable. This isn't just about adding another arm. This is about adding a legitimate game changer who throws gas that makes radar guns cry. Miller was an all-star last season and finished 4th in Rookie of the Year voting. But here's where it gets interesting for us. His 5.49 ERA is making other teams hesitant, but smart Cubs fans know better. That inflated number? It's mostly from one bad outing against Miami. Strip that away, and you're looking at a pitcher with a 3.33 xERA and a 2.16 xFIP. Those are closer of the future numbers. Our bullpen has been on an absolute tear lately. with Daniel Palencia stepping up as closer and posting a 1.74 ERA. Brad Keller and Drew Pomeranz have been pleasant surprises after we plucked them from the scrap heap. But imagine adding Miller's triple-digit heat to that mix. We'd have a bullpen that could shut down any lineup in baseball come October. The Athletics are basically in full rebuild mode, and Miller's under team control until 2030. That's 6 years of elite closing ability potentially locked up in Cubby Blue. But here's the kicker. His slightly down year might actually work in our favor. Other teams might be scared off by those surface-level stats, giving us a chance to swoop in and steal a future superstar. The A's have reportedly been asking for the moon in trade talks, but if we can convince them that our farm system prospects are worth the gamble, we could pull off the steal of the century. Miller's only 26, throws 100-plus MPR regularly, and has the kind of intimidation factor that makes opposing hitters start thinking about their walk-up music instead of the pitch coming at them. But Cubs fans, hold on to something sturdy, because what I'm about to tell you about our potential starting rotation addition might just blow your mind completely. Cubs faithful, this is it. The grand slam moment that could define our entire 2025 season. Framber Valdez, the Astros' two-time All-Star lefty, could be heading to the north side in what would be the most shocking trade sequel since we already stole Kyle Tucker from Houston this offseason. Let that sink in for a moment. We already pulled off highway robbery by getting Tucker from the Astros, and now ESPN's Jeff Passan is reporting that Valdez might be available if Houston continues to struggle. The same front office that just fleeced the Astros in the Tucker deal is reportedly ready to go back to the well, and honestly, I'm here for this level of aggressive championship chasing. Valdez is having another solid season, with a 3.12 ERA and 1.06 WHIP across 12 starts. He's exactly what our rotation needs with Justin Steele out for the season, and Shota Imanaga still working his way back. A rotation anchored by Valdez would give us the kind of October-ready starting pitching that championship dreams are built on. Here's the beautiful irony. The Tucker trade has worked out so perfectly for us that we're sitting 4.5 games up in the Central, while Houston is desperately clinging to a half-game lead in the AL West. They're feeling the pain of losing Tucker every single day, and now they might have to compound that mistake by trading away another cornerstone piece. The Cubs reportedly don't want to wait until the trade deadline, and with our farm system still loaded with talent, we have the ammunition to make this happen. Imagine the poetry of it all, taking their MVP caliber outfielder and their ace left-hander in the span of 8 months. This is what championship windows look like, Cubs fans. This is what happens when a front office decides to go all in instead of playing it safe. We could be looking at adding Goldschmidt's veteran leadership and clutch hitting, Miller's dominant closer stuff, and Valdez's frontline starting ability all in one incredible summer. Smash that like button. If you want to see all three of these dreams become reality, drop a comment telling me which move would excite you most. And make sure you're subscribed, because this Cubs team is building something absolutely special. The 2016 championship was just the beginning, Cubs faithful. With moves like these on the horizon, are we about to witness the start of a dynasty on the north side?